Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Silver Screen Show. I'm Elenia as always, and this is Abu as always.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. We had to reshuffle the show because of a last minute substitution from our good friend. I don't want to shame him too much, but
Mo.
1 hour notice is not good enough, man, and there'll be punishment. And
There will be consequences. You will be assigned the worst films, aka 50 Shades.
And even worse.
Or worse, if anything.
All the DC films that you hate, you have to watch and review them. You have to.
Yeah, you have to write the reviews and do the reviews, and not 1 minute reviews, full-on reviews.
Full on.
So it's been a bit of an exciting week with the Oscar nominations coming out.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about that in a minute, but first we're going to go into a couple of the films that have come out. I'm going to start with Downsizing.
Yes.
This is a film starring Matt Damon, Kristen Wiig, Christoph Waltz is in it as well. He was pretty good. Neil Patrick Harris was in it for a bit.
I've seen him for a while.
Yeah, I know.
What's he been up to recently?
I follow him on Instagram as well, and he hasn't been doing a lot there either.
Since How I Met Your Mother went out of business.
Yeah, you know what? He made enough money that he can just do what he wants anyway. This is about a new scientific breakthrough that they've made. They think it's going to save the planet. It's called Downsizing, and basically you become 0.3% of your actual size. They shrink you all the way down, and this increases your equity by like 1,000% or something like this.
Because reasons.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, you know what? You can save the planet, but also you become stupid rich when you downsize. So Matt Damon and his wife, Kristen Wiig, to go through with the procedure. And it's interesting. It's okay, basically. I mean, I saw it earlier. It didn't make me feel anything.
Yeah,
I just came out going, I saw it. That was 2 hours.
Well, because I've not seen it, but like they were advertising this movie for months. Like, it was in the cinema like back in like November time.
Yeah.
Like plugging this movie. I'm like, what is this movie? It doesn't look remotely interesting. Why are you spending so much money?
The thing is, I really wanted to see it because I like weird stuff like that, and the whole idea of it like saving the planet, it doesn't work out great in the end, but it draws on a lot of really interesting themes. So even, they have this procedure and they think it's going to be great for mankind, but you still have the same problems. You still have the same problems as like immigration. You still have like illegal immigration and so there's like a really big so they have like these communities where the small people live. And then there's a bit where they call themselves like the small people, and then big people, and then there's the big people who are like, aren't you just a leech on our economy, and you're not even paying tax and all this kind of stuff.
Where does all this come from?
It's really like there's a lot of like stereotypes coming out and a lot of discrimination in it, and then you have like dictators using it as a punishment.
Okay. And
downsizing people as a punishment.
Why not just kill them?
I know, it's a little bit ridiculous. And then you've got this bit where he takes like a bus, and there's a little tiny hole in the wall of the leisure land where the small people live. And that's where like all the Mexicans and the Asian people are who can't afford to live in the community.
I'm just going to like backtrack a bit. So this whole idea of them was to make this like world where everyone is just small. But how did they still implement like racism and discrimination in this system?
It was very surprising for me. I was not expecting it.
You think if they planned this out, they wouldn't make the same mistakes like we've made in our like current society? Well,
that's why there's a bit where you meet the man who developed the procedure and the science behind it, and he was saying how guilty he felt when he actually met a woman who'd been downsized as a punishment in Vietnam. And
Vietnam have this technology?
Well, apparently. Okay. I mean, basically it's an injection and then they get put into a machine and they get shrunk. It's like a massive tumble dryer.
Right, okay. So, I mean, how would you say, is there anything you would do to improve it, or like overall views on this movie? Did you find it annoying, or was it just like slap bang in the middle just...
For me, it's literally slap bang in the middle. Like on the Rotten Tomatoes, it's about 51%, and that's kind of where I'm sitting. It's just kind of okay. I didn't
50%. Yeah, bang on. It's just
bang
like
on 50%.
a totally forgettable movie. Then
yes. I mean, there's no real like. There's no standout performances like Christoph Waltz. I always love Christoph Waltz.
And after Spectre, I've kind of like gone, oh, is he?
No. For me,
Yeah, I love that man. I love him in Glorious. He's hilarious.
And you know, there's a bit where like Matt Damon's clearly spent the night with someone, and he comes in, and Christoph Waltz is just sitting there going,
just like
for a good 5 minutes of the scene, he just sits there going,
staring, just
Staring
not breaking eye contact.
no, not at all. And it is fantastic, and it's just the little things like that. Which,
Right. So what is the story arc for this film? Because I know we've seen the trailer that his wife pulls out the procedure she worries, and he ends up being small. So what's the arc? Is it like trying to get back to being big, or is he just want to live his life as normal?
Well, it's an irreversible procedure.
Okay, so he's stuck now.
Yeah, he's stuck like this.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's not living the life that he was promised because obviously he does divorce. Goes through a divorce with Kristen Wiig, and
but she actually has audacity to file for divorce.
Yeah.
After she's the one who bailed out the procedure.
Yeah, so
they
had this like massive mansion, and he ends up living in this like rubbish little flat, having to work a job, which you know they kind of said.
So he lost all his money then that he downsized to get.
Yeah. So they were going to
divorce.
get like the equivalent of about $12 million.
Okay.
To live on for basically the rest of their lives.
But then she divorces him and takes the money.
Yeah.
That is really harsh on him.
So, yeah, and then he has to work, but he can't work as what he was doing before, an occupational therapist, because he was like, I don't have to work and I don't want to like transfer my license across states. So why would I do that? And then he finds out, oh, now I have to work again. And he works in like some rubbish little...
Kristen Wiig's character must have had one awesome lawyer to manage to pull out.
Yeah, they were like, we should have taken our first offer. But the woman playing the Vietnamese like dissident, they call her, she like escapes from a Vietnamese prison after being downsized in like a TV box, and she's the only survivor. And she has a prosthetic leg, which is causing her difficulty. Yeah. So Matt Damon wants to help her because of the like physiotherapy he does. Yeah. This is Chau. And she's really good, actually.
Shout out to Miss Chau.
Shout out to Miss Chau.
Has she been in anything else? I'm trying to see her nomination. She's got some Golden Globe nominations.
It's funny though, because she was born in Thailand and she's playing a Vietnamese woman.
That is offensive.
That is offensive.
That is offensive.
She's an inherent vice.
Right. So for the looks of it, I mean, it's just.
It's kind of
it is what it is. You're not expect anything great.
Yeah.
It won't offend you in a way that was horrible. It's just.
I mean, it's a little bit thought provoking. But not enough to be.
Not enough to get.
to actually be emotive at any point.
Okay, so I mean that's another like disappointing outing for Matt Damon, then, isn't
it? Because then he's like, oh, I want to do something for mankind, and then pulls out of that at the last second, and he goes, oh, you know, all I need to be is I just need to be a good person, and it's like, okay, we get it, we should be good people, fine, God.
So that's another like disappointing outing for Matt Damon then following Suburbicon, which was just like. Geez, so he might need to have a word with his agent and see what's happening.
Right.
So, summary, if you could round it up, 3 brief words.
Interesting, but just okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. There's nothing more to it. I left like, so, should we go to Nando's?
Yeah, okay.
Didn't talk about it.
Mr. Forgettable Movie number 1. We've got to Forgettable Movie number 2.
Right. Okay. So now we're moving on to The Commuter.